Hello, this is Manesh Patel from EII Capital Group. Today is May 23rd, 2012. This is our weekly Ichimoku analysis for the global stock market, where we're going to cover everything from North America to Europe to Asia to South America. Okay, sorry we haven't posted for a while, but we've been just going through some major changes, and you're going to see some of those for our video today, where we're going to cover a lot of the major markets now across the board. Okay. Um, Here's our normal disclaimer. This is for education use only. We're not soliciting you to buy or sell any particular product. If you do so, you're doing that at your own risk. Today, you're going to see charts from TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim, eSignal, and the music you're hearing is from Guitaro. Okay. And also here are my contact details here, which is info@eiicapital.com. You could access any of our free resources here at ichimokutrade.com. We have tons of videos available now. You could access our blog, our Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, everything pretty much here. So if you have any questions or anything, all the resources there. If you have any questions, you can contact us at any of our foreign locations here from US, Canada, Europe, and Asia from the phone numbers here listed. Okay. So now what we're going to do is, the very first thing we're going to do is go to our signal service here, where we have the country ETFs, and we're going to look at everything here. Basically, red means you could bet on it going down. Green means basically you could bet on it going up. White means it's neutral. If you see these numbers here in yellow, which majority of all the country ETFs right now are, that means it's overextended. So if you got red and yellow as the letter, that means basically it's oversold, too late to basically sell, and you should be in a counter trend mode at most right now. And you could see from here that every country in the world right now is not doing good at all. If you want to try to pick from a few, and this is the daily time frame I'm looking at, if you're looking for something that maybe reverses more towards counter trend, then start looking here where you could see the weeklies. This one's green, so Turkey is a potential here you could start looking at. Turkey's a potential here. Over here, you got the index fund over here. You've got the over here EMA fund. Over here, believe it or not, France is strong right now, believe it or not. It's been holding its ground as far as the ETF is concerned. Remember, these ETFs, we're about to go look at the global market, actually exchanges in just a minute, okay? Netherlands is here too, and so forth, okay? So you could get an idea here. Some of the things are coming out here, but basically everything is bearish right now as far as country ETFs are concerned. Okay, so now I'm going to pull up eSignal here. Now this is going to be different. We're not going through freestockcharts.com. We're going to look at the ETFs anymore. We're going to actually look at the country exchanges now moving forward. Okay, so I'm going to pop that up here. We're first going to start off with Europe, and we're going to go from there. Remember, left hand side is the daily time frame, right hand side is the weekly. Okay, so the very first one that we always go look at is basically over here is Germany. And if you look at Germany here on the daily time frame, this is starting a bearish trend going downwards right now. We are getting close to, we're at a major support level right now, which has to hold. So this level right now in the German market, which is basically at 62 level right now, this has got to hold here. Okay, so this level right here has got to hold here, and you could see here, if it holds here, then it has a potential to start going up higher, and it really has got to sit there and break. Higher resistance level is going to be right around here, which is basically 65,525. Okay, so that's basically the German market. Next market we're going to see is the Paris market. And this is actually going to the exchanges themselves. So this is basically the CAC 40, and you could see here. Remember, we've been talking about a Paris trade moving forward, and Germany is still basically long, and we're still betting on Paris going short. And you could see here, this looks like it's trying to start a bearish trend to the downside, whereas the German market is still bullish potential on the weekly time frame. So CAC 40 right now still bearish. We're still betting on it going down. It is at a major resistance support level right now, but you could see that there's a lot of support levels and going down, 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 but it is slowly starting to break down more and more and more. Before this thing can sit there and go lower, as far as weekly is concerned, it does need to pull back up and then test some resistance levels. Once it does that, then it does have a potential of going down. Okay, so that's basically France. Amsterdam, this is a new market we're looking at, and you could see here basically the daily is trending to the bearish side. The weekly is basically needs a pullback to sit there and equalize some of the indicators here, and if it does, then it does have a potential going down, but this is not quite ready to go down yet as far as long term is concerned. It's more short term daily right now that's bearish. Spain, Spanish, you could guess, but due to everything you're hearing in the news, it's basically bearish trending on both time frames, daily and weekly. Let's see if we can find out where this thing's going to potentially go low. It's already sat there and broke this low here. I'm going to shrink this chart down some more, and it does have a potential of, actually it's broken there. We're at a major support level right now, and we do have a potential coming all the way down here to about 59.48 is another level there. So let me see if I can mark this up for us moving forward. Give me a second. I'll mark it up later. But basically, this is a level right here that we do have a potential coming down to moving forward. Let me do this, maximize, enlarge this. And then I'll just draw the tool here. And that way you could see it. This was one support level here, which we got to. This is going to be another one here, and then another one here. So if we go back and then enlarge this, you could see all the levels this thing can sit there and get to. So these are levels here, and it's getting close to these levels there anyways. And remember, this has basically been trending for a long time. It's still very, very strong moving forward. So Spain is still very, very weak. Italy, of course, you're going to probably see the same thing. You do. It just basically broke the support level right here, right there. So it basically broke that one support level right there. It does have a potential breaking down lower, but we got to see exactly where the thing closes this week, and you can see it's bearish trending on the daily. This is still very strong moving forward. Nordic market here is bearish trending on the daily, but it's basically at a major resistance on the weekly. So this is if it breaks this and keeps on going down lower, they can sit there and enter a bearish trend as far as weekly is concerned. Oslo market in Europe, really bearish trending here on the daily, but just like the German market, we're at a very, very strong support, so be very careful. And this is still bullish trending intact, believe it or not, or not trending, but bullish sentiment and still intact. Switzerland, if you look at Switzerland, it's bearish trending as far as daily is concerned. The weekly is still bullish right now, and we're at a major support level right now, so this is a true test moving forward. Israel is basically breaking down, is trying to retest the low here, and this market's coming up. So it's going to be interesting to see. Next level is going to be 434, and then after that it's going to be basically 422 moving forward. Okay. Turkey, you look at Turkey is starting a bearish trend now, but this is basically a pullback level over here. It's good. Major support's going to be level right here, 33.66, 33.62. If it gets there and bounces off there, then it can destroy this double top. If not, a lot of people are going to be seeing this as a double top basically as far as the Turkey market's concerned, but it's just consolidating between a range right now. Let's go to Russia. Russia right now is breaking down to the bearish side. You can see the big movement down here. It's too fast for it to occur, and since it's too fast for it to occur, there's very, very high possibility this is going to form a double bottom here, and then pull back up. And then once it pulls back up to about 1500, if it could get there, it's going to be a true test to see exactly what's happened. But Russia's tanked drastically too fast in a very short amount of time. So let's go to South Africa. South Africa, really, if you're looking here, this is basically the Footsie South Africa Top 40 Index. It's kind of hard to see exactly what's going on a daily, but the weekly, you can see it's double top. It's still bullish, but really nothing going on right now. No opportunity there is concerned at all. So let's go to Middle East. Let's go look at the Saudi Arabia market. If you look at the Saudi Arabia market, it's starting to bearish trend here on the daily time frame, but the daily is still bullish moving forward. So it's kind of counter trend right now. Dubai is the same thing as the Saudi Arabia market, bearish trending here as far as daily is concerned, and basically bullish here on the weekly time frame. Okay, so nothing really going on in these markets, but they're short term, they are bearish right now, which is not good for the Middle East. And then Abu Dhabi is the same thing, except it's in the cloud, so this does have a potential of going down a lot faster than compared to the Saudi Arabia market or Dubai market. But this is slowly going down. It needs to break its support level here, right around here, at this level here at 2460 to just start breaking down. If you're going to do bearish trading, I would basically bet on Abu Dhabi going down, and then you could sit there and look at either Saudi Arabia or Dubai to go in bullish. And if you look at these two, this one is it's closer to the cloud in Saudi compared to Dubai, which has gone further. So if you're going to do a bearish trade in Middle East, I would definitely go long the Saudi market and short the Abu Dhabi market. Okay, so that's Middle East. Let's go to Asia. Let's start off with China. Most people do. If you look at China market, basically this had a potential to start breaking out as far as the daily is concerned to the bullish side. It never did that. It failed, and you could see that here it's at a major support. If it breaks this major support, this thing does have a potential coming all the way down here to this pivot low here at 2355, and then also getting down to this 2200 level as far as the Chinese market's concerned. So this is not looking good for the China market at all. It's got to hold the support level that right now it's at, which is basically 2445. It's got to hold there in order for it to have a potential of entering consolidation pattern, and then maybe in the future entering a bullish scenario. Let's go to Hong Kong, which is next. And if you look at Hong Kong, this is breaking down as far as daily is concerned. Weekly is still a little intact. The sentiment's finally changed to a bearish side and does have a potential of starting a trend to the downside, but it's got a lot of supports that's going to run into, and momentum's weak on this side. So be very careful when you're betting on this, and keep it down to a short-term bet play to the downside as far as Hong Kong is concerned. Tokyo market is basically bearish trending on a daily time frame, and over here it's getting quickly to retest this pivot low here. It looks like it's going to retest this pivot low. If not, it's already got a lot of minor supports. You can kind of see it's already done that. It definitely needs a pullback upwards, so I would definitely not bet on this going down. I would bet on it counter trend for a short profit for upside when the setups occur. Okay, so we've gone through that. Let's go through Japan. Japan is bearish trending as far as the Nikkei is concerned right here to the daily time frame to the downside. The weekly is basically setting up right now to a bearish trend, but not quite there yet. Okay, and then let's see, go to Korea. Korea is bearish trending to the downside on the daily time frame. It's not set up yet for the weekly. However, it's getting there very, very fast. So this one looks like a good opportunity. If it could pull back to this level here, which is right around to 251, at that point hold it and then tank. This could be a good trade to sit there and take all the way down to about 215 as far as the Korean market's concerned. But you need some time to set up and move forward. Okay. Let's go to the Indian Sensex market. I got both the Sensex and the Nifty. Reason why various people look at both. Basically bearish trending as far as the Sensex is concerned for the daily time frame, and the weekly is setting up down there too. And believe it or not, it's trying to retest all this junk in here. So it's closed. It depends on where it closes this week. If it closes below 16,000 level, then this thing is probably going to sit there and go all the way down to 15,500 moving forward. The Nifty, if you look at the Nifty, is bearish trending on both the time frames, so it looks very similar to the Sensex charts. Singapore is basically bearish trending as far as daily is concerned. Weekly, you need is pull back upwards and then a test to see exactly what's going to happen. 49.49 is going to be a major resistance level moving forward. Malaysia market, this is actually very strong in all of Asia markets, you could see, because look at the weekly. The weekly is still very, very strong, and actually if it could sit there and hold this support level right here at 1516, this thing's going to be very strong. If it could hold at 1516 and then make a run at 1600, this does have a potential of starting a trend to the top side. Now sentiments over here has changed over here to the bearish side. However, this does not look like a real signal at all until it breaks below 1530. So this thing has really got to hold about 50, this level right here, 1516. If it can hold that level, then Malaysia market does have a potential of being very strong compared to all the other markets in Asia. Okay, and then lastly, let's go to Australia. And if you look at Australia, it's bearish trending to the daily. It's setting up here for the weekly too. If it does set up, and it does look strong to set up right now, it depends on what happens this week and next week. This can definitely sit there, set up to a trade to go retest this low of 3,800 for the Australian market moving forward. Okay, so that's that for that. Let's now go to Americas. I'm going to cover the U.S. a little different in a minute. Canada. I'm going to show you Canada stocks. You can see Canada is basically breaking down. The TSX is breaking down. It's retesting low here. Definitely needs to pull back up, like all the other world markets on a weekly time frame. Needs to pull back up before they could sit there and set up for a weekly time frame to go down. Mexico. If you look at Mexico, still very strong as far as the weekly is concerned. Still bullish. The daily is breaking down. Does have a potential going down lower. So about 36,000 will be the next level of support that it can have a potential going down to. Brazil. Remember, Brazil started doing really good where it broke, got up all the way to close to 70,000. I think it got hit 70,000, got close to it, but didn't quite there. Then it's broken down completely. And you could see it had a potential of sitting there going. It had to hold at 60,000. Never did. It went straight down, and now it looks like it's trying to target this pivot low. So if it targets this little pivot low and bounces off that, this weekly time frame is basically going to enter a consolidation pattern. So 51,310 has got to sit there and hold. If it doesn't, then it can sit there and start a bearish trend to the downside. And if you shrink this chart down, you'll see what I'm talking about here. But this is not good since it's making lower highs moving forward. And if it could sit there and hold at these levels here right at 50,000, then this can be strong and basically enter consolidation pattern to maybe go bullish in the future, but that's asking a lot right now. Colombian market. I've got two of them. This is the one Colombian market here. This is global Bolsa. You can see it's bearish trending on both the weekly and daily. A lot of people look at the Footsie Colombia market, so I'm going to look there. And you can see from here, it's been bullish trending on both time frames here. It's still bullish sentiment as far as weekly is concerned, which is good for the Footsie Colombian market. However, it's going to break down. It looks like it's trying to get to 2040, and it may get there very, very fast, believe it or not. So definitely not go bullish at all as far as Colombian market is concerned. Chile. If you look at Chile, bearish trending as far as daily is concerned. The weekly is basically in the cloud, so nothing really going on there. And then lastly, Argentina. Argentina is bearish trending on both daily and weekly, and you notice it has broken the support here last week. So this is definitely one to sit there and look for shorting this look, because this is going to start a nice trend to the downside. So definitely look at Argentina to basically short now moving forward. Now let's go to the US side. What I'm going to do is look at the US futures. So I'm going to start off with a Dow right here. This is basically the NASDAQ. Remember, this is the daily time frame to the right. to the left and the weekly to the right. We're at a major support right now as far as we're concerned. NASDAQ futures at 2465. It's got to hold there. It has hold there. If it holds there, then this basically bullish trend is still intact as far as the weekly is concerned, even though this is weak here. So I would definitely look for that level to be hold. And remember, all the world markets are oversold right now. So a little upward movement is needed for a weekly time frame in order to start long-term bearish trends. But NASDAQ is still very strong compared to all the other markets right now. If you look at the Dow is not quite getting to its resistance level right now. It's kind of there. Sorry, it is there right now. But remember, it's broken past all these pivots here, so this is weaker compared to the NASDAQ. So NASDAQ's still very strong. So if you're doing a pairs trade, you could go long the NASDAQ, and we could look at the S&P also. But Dow is still strong as far as the weekly is concerned. It's still bullish, intact. It just needs to sit there and break 13,245 in order to start a long-term trend up. Let's go look at the E-mini S&P 500 futures, and you can see it's also there too. So the Dow and the E-mini is kind of almost at the same level now. And let me just look at and just double check. Yeah, they're pretty much at the same levels now. So I would still, if you're doing pairs trade, go long the NASDAQ and short the S&P 500 because the Dow does have a lot of the big cap companies with dividend paying in there compared to the S&P. So that still would be a good pairs trade. I would not go short right now until you see this thing definitely break down below 1280 on the E-mini S&P futures. But this is at a major support level right now. And then lastly, Russell futures, nothing really going on Russell futures at all. It's trying to get to its major support level here at 734. So only time will tell exactly what's going to happen. But this is basically one big consolidation pattern as far as the Russell's concerned now. A lot of people think this is a double top, believe it or not, and it's trying to head here to this little neckline here. That's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask us for emailing us at info@eicapital.com. Remember, you could access our free videos and resources here at ichimokutrade.com. Thank you.